best email marketing platform.
When I was choosing an email marketing platform or software for myself, I watched all of the videos out there, I read all of the articles out there, and a lot of times they would just say that, okay, software A, it has a lot more advanced features than software B, so just choose software A if you want more advanced features. But what are those features? So none of the reviews I saw out there actually told me what are the specific features that one software has and the other software doesn't have. Because, okay, if some software has real advanced features, do I actually care about those features, or am I okay with going with a cheaper software if I'm not going to use those features anyway? By the way, there are maybe 30 plus email marketing platforms out there, so to make things easier, I narrowed down to just a handful of platforms that stand out a lot compared to all of the other platforms, and I'm only going to talk about these ones because it's not even worth checking out other platforms. These ones that I am talking about are way better than all of the other ones. I will have special discounts and bonuses for all of the platforms that I mentioned, so check out the links down below in the description. Now let's jump straight into the video. Alright, so the first thing we're going to start out with is automation, because I do think that this is the most important feature when it comes to email marketing. So if you look at ActiveCampaign is by far the most advanced when it comes to automations, and I'm not going to go through all of these different options because a lot of these options you can do all of these things on all of the different platforms, so they basically repeat. So let me just tell you some of the things that you can only do on ActiveCampaign. So one thing that is very powerful with ActiveCampaign is that you can actually split your automation, so you can split test, A/B test your automation. So let's say you have a subscriber list that is going through your automation, and then you want to see what would work better if you send email with one title or email with a different title. So you can actually take a segment of that list and you can send title A to one segment and title B to another segment. GetResponse also offers this feature as well. As you can see here, you also have the split section and you can choose what percentage of the group you want to send one email, well, take one action or take another action.
I have collected top 50 email marketing hacks. Check out links in the description.
You can also do the split test with MooSend as well. If you see right here, you can basically choose how many subscribers you want to send to which flow. So this is a very important feature that allows you to test out and optimize your automation workflow, and you are only able to do this on ActiveCampaign, GetResponse, and MooSend. Another important thing what you can do with ActiveCampaign is that they have CRM feature, customer relationship management. So if that is something that you are going to use within your business, then they have all of these different fields and actions that you can apply within your automations as well, which none of the other softwares have. Another cool thing when it comes to ActiveCampaign, they basically have this list of all of the different automations that they have already created that you can just apply for yourself. And what's unique about ActiveCampaign is that they also have some of these, and you need to go through these yourself and see what will work for you or what will not. But for example, here we have invite to follow when referred by social media sites. So basically, if someone is referred from Twitter or Facebook or LinkedIn, then the software can track that and they can send out an email to ask that subscriber to follow you on social media. So as you can see, this is something that can be very useful depending on your business, and this is unique for just ActiveCampaign. They actually have this marketplace where you can come in and you can see all of the different, they call them recipes, but basically a lot of these different apps, they create automation recipes that if a certain event has happened, then a certain action is going to take place.
By the way, I created a blueprint for the best business model out there, so check the description.
If we look at MailChimp, with MailChimp you can do pretty much most of the things that you need to do with automation. However, you don't have the split testing. With MailerLite as well, you can do most of the things that you want to do with automation. However, again, it's just lacking that split testing within the automation. When it comes to ConvertKit automation, things become a little bit complex, because if, let's say, we have just sent out an email to our list, and let's say we want to set a condition that if some of the subscribers, they didn't open the email, then we want to perhaps send that same email to them again, or send another additional email to them. And you can do this with all of the other email marketing softwares, but you don't have this function with ConvertKit. And the only thing you can do here as well is you can add a tag. And then when you add a tag, basically what you need to do is you need to go to this other section where you can create different rules. And in here you can create a rule that, for example, okay, if someone has clicked a link, then I am going to automatically put them in this different sequence. So in that way, if we come back here and we are going to add this tag, now this person who got this tag assigned to them, they are going to be sent to this automation. But that again is just for link clicks. As you can see here, basically these are the triggers that you can use, and there's no open or didn't open an email. So that is a little bit annoying, because sometimes you do want to be sending out additional emails to people who didn't open your previous email. And this whole thing of triggers, I do understand that ConvertKit is trying to create these triggers, because you might have same trigger within different workflows that you are creating, but at the same time, for me, it just seems a little bit too complex. Rather than that, I would just like everything mapped out here and that's it. It doesn't really require that much time, because I think the reason they did it just because it saves time. But honestly, I would just like to see what exactly is happening right here and then. Where are people sent out? Whereas here now, if someone, let's say, doesn't click on this link, or they do click on this link, they're going to be sent out to a different automation, and then I need to go to different automation to see what's happening there. I'd rather just have everything in one place laid out, and that's it. And when it comes to MooSend, I would say that most of the things are, again, pretty much the exactly same thing as other platforms, but they do have some additional conditions. So they have filter by weather conditions in contact's location, which I don't know how useful that is. It's just something to have extra. And they do have a couple of additional actions, which are send a message to Slack and ping me, which can be useful depending on your business. By the way, this video took me a while to make, as you might be able to tell. So if you're finding it useful, make sure to press a thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. Okay, so now let's look at landing page creation. So we're going to start out with GetResponse, and GetResponse page builder is much more advanced than any other of these platforms. And the reason why I'm saying that is because, let's say we want to move this element. As you can see, I can just click on the element and I can move it wherever I want. If I want it behind this text, if I want it above this image, I can move it wherever I want, and I can resize it however I want. So it really allows you to customize the page a lot, which is not the case with other softwares. Also, another very important thing is that you can create split testing. So as you can see here on this interface, I have basically landing page A, landing page B, and landing page C. So I can just change a little thing within the landing page, and it's going to show all of these different pages to different people and tell me which one is performing the best. And this is a feature that you usually just have on specifically landing page creation tools, but GetResponse has that included as well. And another really cool little thing as well is that, as you can see here, I can move this around. So this is a pop-up placeholder. So I can choose where exactly do I want this pop-up to appear. And that again is just very useful to have. By the way, you can also customize the thank you page as well. So if someone, let's say you're creating an opt-in, someone signed up for your email list, then you can redirect them to this thank you page, and perhaps here you can have a tripwire offer or something like that. When it comes to templates, also GetResponse has a lot of different templates, and they actually look good because GetResponse is sort of a tool that is almost like all in everything, and I would say that they do specialize a lot in landing pages, and these templates can be very useful. So you don't, especially if you're not a designer, you don't need to create everything from scratch. And as you can see, they have a lot of templates to choose from. When it comes to ActiveCampaign, they also have a landing page builder. However, the problem here is that, okay, let's say I want to change this image so I can resize it. However, I can't really move it around. I can move it around within this frame, but let's say if I want to move it behind this text, or if I want to perhaps, let's say, move it so it's in the middle of the white and the yellow lines, I can't really do that. So this is one thing that I wish they could do a little bit better. And by the way, there is no A/B testing for ActiveCampaign. When we look at the templates, they do have some templates, but it's not that many. I would say around maybe 30 templates in total. When it comes to creating landing pages with MailChimp, I absolutely hate this experience. Basically, whenever you press on something, it opens up this section on the side, and you need to change your text here on the side, and you can't, as you saw before, I would just basically drag an image and I would resize it. You can't do that on MailChimp, so it's really annoying of how little you can customize, and the way that you need to do it as well is very annoying. I am very disappointed when it comes to landing pages with MailChimp. And when it comes to templates, they do have a couple of templates, but honestly, they are not even that good. When it comes to ConvertKit, again, they try to do something that's a little bit different, but again, I don't really love this interface. If you want to add a block, you have to press here and then basically choose what exactly you want to add. So again, they don't have this feature where I can just simply drag out the images or the text or whatever. I can press on the image and I can basically change the width if I want to change the size of the image, and I can align it to a certain side. But again, I don't have that flexibility to just have it wherever I want. And let's say again, if I want to, let's say, move this text to have it a little bit to the side, again, I can't do that with ConvertKit. And once again, there are no A/B testing for landing pages. They do have some landing page templates that look pretty decent, but mostly these are very short for signups, and I would say in total they have, again, maybe around 30 different templates or even less. When it comes to MailerLite, I do like the page builder, and actually you can resize the images here just right on the front end. However, at the same time, again, I can't just move the images wherever I want, as I was able with GetResponse. So again, that is a bit of a minus. The cool thing with MailerLite is that you actually have split testing. So I can actually create a couple different landing pages and I can see which one is performing better. And when it comes to templates, I would say one thing that I do like about MailerLite is that they do have a little bit more advanced templates that actually look like a decent landing page and could be even a sales page and not just an opt-in page. However, they don't have a ton of different templates. They have 34 templates in total right now, but again, a little bit better quality, I would say, than some of the other solutions. When it comes to Moosend, I honestly really hate their layout. I don't know why exactly this is what it looks like when you are editing these pages. You can resize the images right here, but again, as you are resizing them, you can't really be moving them around, which is very annoying, and I wish that wasn't the case. And you can do a preview and then you will see what the page actually looks like. So I don't know why exactly they did it like this. It kind of just, it's hard to really understand what the page looks like when it's in this editing mode. Other than that, I would say I'm just not super impressed. It's nothing horrible, but again, I think other solutions are just a bit better. And when it comes to their templates, they do have some templates, but I think just because the website itself, their own website, I would say the design definitely could have some improvement. So some of these landing pages as well, I would say they are a little bit basic. So when it comes to landing pages, I would say GetResponse is by far the most advanced and the best platform. MailerLite also does a pretty decent job, especially considering that it has A/B testing and it has fairly good templates. Alright, so now let's look at pop-up forms. So when it comes to forms, first of all, let's look at ActiveCampaign. So with ActiveCampaign, you can create a very basic form and that's it. You have just like the basic editing features that you need. Same thing goes with MailChimp, and I didn't really like the process of, you don't really have that much customization with MailChimp. Same thing goes with ConvertKit. You can basically just change the image and that is kind of it, and you can just choose from different layout options. The one thing that's a little bit different with Moosend is that I can actually adjust the size of this image right here, so just something that can be a little bit useful to make a customization. And again, with MailerLite, if I want, I can actually adjust the size of the image. And with MailerLite, I do have some templates which are actually pretty good looking templates, so that can be very useful as well when creating your design. And lastly, when it comes to GetResponse has a lot and a lot. As you can see, this list goes far and far and far. They have a lot of different templates to choose from. And when it comes to making the template itself, they are once again a lot more advanced. You basically have the same page as you do for the landing page here for the pop-ups as well. So as you can see here, you can add different elements, which you can't really do with any of the other platforms. You just have a basic structure and that's it. And for example, here we added this image of the strawberry, and we can move this image wherever we want it to be, and we can easily resize the image. And so this allows you to create some really insanely good looking pop-ups. As you can see, if we want, we can even drag this image out of our pop-up to create that sort of three-dimensional effect. If we want, we can change the size of the whole pop-up, and we can maybe create a big image here. So really, you can customize pretty much whatever you want. And another really important thing as well that only GetResponse has is that you can actually A/B test different forms. So once again, you can create a pop-up form A, pop-up form B, and then see which one is converting better. And that is so important, but it's only GetResponse that allows you to do this. When it comes to creating newsletters, pretty much all of these softwares are exactly the same, so I'm not really going to go through it. The only thing I have to mention is that with ConvertKit, you can create HTML emails, which, if you don't know, are basically just these nice looking emails that have a lot of images, they have buttons and all of these type of things. So with ConvertKit, you can basically just send out a plain email that just looks like a simple text email that you would send to a friend. Another thing to mention, with MailerLite, you can actually do both. So you can create these nice looking emails and you can also send plain emails. And one more thing to mention is with MailerLite, as you can see, you have a lot of these different blocks. So basically these are perhaps combined things together. So you have articles with images, you have 2 articles in one space, and so on and so forth. So you have these pre-made blocks for yourself. Whereas if we go to some of the other platforms, you will see that they have a little bit more just the basic block that you want to insert, and that's it. And then you can change the sections if you want. But it's nice that with MailerLite, you already have all of these things pre-made, and you have quite a few different options compared to these other platforms, but it doesn't really make a huge difference. If you will want to use email marketing softwares to sell things directly from your email, if you are using some sort of software to sell things, then you might have an integration, so you need to check for that specific platform. But if you don't have any software to sell things yet, then some of these softwares actually allow you to sell things just through the email marketing platform. So GetResponse has a store, so basically here you can create all of the different products, you can add them, and then you can sell these products on GetResponse landing pages and emails directly from there. So you don't even need to have any store on Shopify or WooCommerce or whatever it is. You can also do the same thing with ConvertKit, and using Stripe integration as well, you can do it now with MailerLite also, but none of the other platforms provide that feature. Another important feature that you might want to consider is that if you want to go beyond just landing page and you want to have a full out website, actually, a couple of email platforms allow you to do that. So MailChimp allows you to create websites, and I'm not going to go through the whole tool, how you do it. Honestly, I had a lot of glitches and it wasn't working that well for me, but basically you can actually create a website, so you can have a homepage, and then you can have all of the different pages in here as well. And the same thing goes with MailerLite as well. You can create websites and you can have these different pages here. So if you want, you can have your homepage, your team, perhaps your pricing or your portfolio, whatever you want to have. So basically you can have a full out website just on your email marketing platform, which is kind of insane. You obviously can't customize it as much as you might be able with some of the other website builder tools. However, still it's pretty cool that you can do that just on email marketing platform. Another thing that you might want to consider that is unique is creating a sales funnel. So on GetResponse, you can actually create a sales funnel. So as you can see, this is basically what it looks like. So it's just an easy visual representation of what your potential customers are going through. So you can set up basically ads, and you can then drive traffic to a landing page. So in here, you will be able to create your landing page right here and then see what exactly where the conversions you had. You can A/B test different landing pages. And then after that, you can set up autoresponders, and then you can create a sales page where you are selling your product, and then you can automatically send up all the upsells and thank you and so on. And you will see all of the statistics here of how many views you had, how many customers you have, your conversion rates, how much money you made, your ROI, so on and so forth. So it's nice that they have this sales page function integrated within the system. It makes it very simple to see visually what step is after which step and see all the analytics and everything in one place. This is something more that landing page builder softwares have and not email marketing softwares, but technically you could take all of these steps and you could create a workflow that allows you to do all of this stuff in the other email marketing softwares. It's just a nice thing that you can actually visually very easily see what everything looks like, and it makes the whole process just a little bit easier. Another thing that can be very useful is something that ActiveCampaign has. So when you're sending your emails with ActiveCampaign, you have this really cool feature where you can track replies to your emails. So for example, let's say if you're sending out cold emails and you have a sequence of 10 different emails going out, but then someone replies after the second email, perhaps you don't want to be sending them all of those additional emails. So you want to basically stop the automation automatically once someone has replied and send that person to perhaps a different automation or take it over to do those things manually. And none of the other email marketing softwares allow you to do this, only ActiveCampaign. And by the way, you shouldn't do a bulk cold email outreach with your email marketing software. You should get additional email marketing software, because if you have a lot of emails that are not opened or are marked as spam, you can really get your email account in trouble. So you should use different software if you're going to do that in bulk. However, if you're just sending out some cold emails that you know you're going to have good open rates and you're going to get a lot of replies, then this can be very useful feature that ActiveCampaign has. Another really cool thing that you can do only with ActiveCampaign is you have this section right here, tracking, and basically what this allows you to do is you can add your website. So what you need to do is you'll just need to take some code and add it to your website. So then you can set up triggers that if someone visits a specific page on your website, then you can put them in a specific automation and send them out specific emails. So for example, if a potential client went on your services page, then you can track that and automatically send them out emails related to those specific services that they had a look at. So that is insanely powerful, and that might be one of the main features why you might want to go with ActiveCampaign. Also, aside from that, ActiveCampaign also has this score managing for all of your different subscribers, so you can set a bunch of different rules. But basically, let's say as example in here, as you can see, you have all of these different actions. So let's say we want to set that if someone visits a specific URL, let's say they visited either one time, or let's say they visited a bunch of different times, perhaps it's your sales page, then we can say, okay, we're going to give them a certain amount, a certain score, because we know that those people who have that score, they are more likely to perhaps make a purchase from us. So this is something that's a lot more advanced, but it can be very useful depending on your business. Also, when it comes to ActiveCampaign, out of all of these email marketing platforms, it's the only one that has a built-in CRM. So if this is something that you are going to be using for your business, then they do have this feature in their dashboard, so you can basically set up your whole customer relationship management right here, who you need to contact, what exactly you need to do, what sort of tasks you need to have assigned, when you need to follow up, and so on and so forth. So this is something that only ActiveCampaign has. Alright, so when it comes to the dashboards and ease of use, so when it comes to MailChimp, the dashboard itself is nice, but I would say it's a little bit complex, so perhaps not the easiest one to use per se for a user that is just starting out with email marketing. When it comes to Moosend, I would say it's a little bit easier to use. However, at the same time, the design is just something that looks really old, and it just doesn't feel as nice to use the software overall. But then again, it might be a little bit of a personal preference for myself. ConvertKit has a very nice dashboard, I would say. Actually, they have really nice design. The only problem I do have is that in terms of automation, again, they have all of these different rules and all of that. So as a beginner, I would say that there is a little bit more of a learning curve to actually understand how everything works. So it's a little bit more complex, I would say. But other than that, they do have a pretty good interface. When it comes to ActiveCampaign, they do have a very sleek, very modern looking dashboard, and it is honestly pretty simple to use. Again, because they are a very advanced tool, they do have a lot more features than some of these other platforms, so it can be a little bit more intimidating, but in general, I would say it's pretty good. When it comes to GetResponse, there's one thing that I do want to mention that I like a lot. When you go to your homepage, basically you have all of these different sections, and you can add your own things, so you can choose what exactly you want to see, whether you want to see your conversion funnel, or you want to see how your workflows are working, or how your forms are performing. Whatever you want, you can actually customize this dashboard, which is a very nice touch. And aside from that, when you go through all of the other functionalities and so on, I would say again, it is fairly simple to use, fairly good user experience. It does have a little bit more features compared to other platforms, so it is again a little bit maybe more of a learning curve, but I would say that it's fairly easy to understand. And when it comes to MailerLite, I would say that they actually have the best dashboard. I think it's the easiest user experience. They make everything very simple to understand compared to other email marketing platforms. Alright, so now let's get to the decision time when you might want to use which platform exactly. So let's start out from, I think, the worst option. So when it comes to MailChimp, MailChimp is the biggest email marketing platform out there, and I think because they are the most known platform. That's why a lot of people sign up to be with MailChimp. However, I don't think that is the best option because of some of the things I already mentioned. I think they do lack a lot of features and the use isn't that great. They do have 3 different plans. As you can see, they do have a free plan that doesn't cost anything, and they actually allow you to have up to 2,000 contacts. But again, you are limited on how many emails you can send for those contacts. So I'll show you later on, other platforms have free options as well, and they have less contacts, but they have same amount of emails you can send, so it really doesn't matter that much. I would say it's the same amount. The problem with the free plan is that it's limited in terms of what features you have. So if you want to have automations and you want to have A/B testing and all of those type of things, then you will not go with the free plan. And honestly, you do want to have all of those features, so I would say that the free MailChimp plan is not really an option. So other than that, then you have your essential and you have your standard plan. But again, when it comes to the functions, if you really want to compare MailChimp to all of the other platforms that I discussed here, then you really need to go with the standard plan, because only in here you get all of the automations that you will need. And if we go to the standard plan and we look at 10,000 contacts, you will see that this is going to cost you $105 a month, which I think is just way too much for what you are getting out of this tool. Again, I think just because they are so much bigger than anyone else, I think they are just able to overcharge people, but definitely for what you're getting, I don't think MailChimp is worth it. The next option is ConvertKit, and ConvertKit has a few different plans. So again, they have a free plan that allows you to have up to 1,000 subscribers. However, once again, you don't have all of the automations available in the free plan, so you can use the free plan, but again, automations are such important thing that you want to have, so really this free plan isn't that great. And after that, you have your Creator plan and Creator Pro, and for most of the people, I would say probably the Creator plan is going to be enough. So the Creator plan is going to cost you $120 a month for 10,000 subscribers, which is honestly pretty expensive, and you do get a little bit of a discount on yearly plan. It's only going to cost $100 a month, but still that is pretty expensive. So I would say if for some reason you really like the interface of ConvertKit, or perhaps you really like the rules that they allow you to create, then go with ConvertKit. And they kind of specialize for creators, so they say basically if you're a creator, you're a blogger, then this platform is created for you. But again, for some of the features like not having any triggers within the automation for open and non-open emails, for me, I don't think that would be the best choice out there. By the way, it's not a bad platform or anything, so have a look yourself. You might like it more than other platforms. For me personally, it just doesn't seem like the best option. Next, we have Moosend, and Moosend has a free plan as well actually. The only thing here is that you do have some limitations, so you can't create landing pages. However, you do have all of the different automations, so their free plan actually allows you to do more things than MailChimp and ConvertKit. So that is definitely a good option for a free plan. And if we set this to 10,000 subscribers, then you will see that the price is only $55 a month, which is insanely cheap. It's basically half of what ConvertKit costs, so very cheap. And again, with Moosend, you basically get all of the functionalities really that you need. The only downside I would say is I'm not too crazy about their interface. There is just something that I'm not the biggest fan about, but other than that, really good price and a lot of really good functions. Then we have MailerLite, and MailerLite actually has a free plan as well, and you can see here what they are allowing you to do on the free plan and on the paid plan. And they have only a few different limitations on the free plan. So basically you're just going to have their logo, and you're not going to be able to use your custom domain for landing pages and all of that. But in terms of all the automations, building landing pages, building forms and so on, you are going to be able to do all of these advanced things. So their free plan is definitely, I would say, the best free plan out there. And when it comes to 10,000 subscribers, as you can see, it only costs $50 a month, which again is just so cheap compared to all of the other email marketing platforms. Definitely very good value for money. And if you look here, they actually have an option for annual plan, and you get 30% discount on annual plan, which makes it so much more cheap as well. So definitely really cheap price. The only thing you have to keep in mind is that if you will want to have unlimited websites and landing pages, so basically you are able to create 5 different landing pages, but if you want more than that and you want more than just one website, you want multiple websites, then you will need to pay extra $10 per month. But again, for unlimited landing pages and unlimited websites, that is a very cheap price to pay. So when you look at all of the features and the pricing and all of that, MailerLite is really good options. Only perhaps if you want some features that I mentioned before, like splitting things within your automation to A/B test different actions. This is something that MailerLite doesn't have, and GetResponse has more advanced landing page builder. But other than that, MailerLite has a lot of amazing features, so definitely a good option for a lot of people. Then after that, we have GetResponse, and GetResponse is a little bit more interesting because they have 3 different plans. So they have their basic plan, their plus plan, and professional. And the things that you have to understand here is, well, with their basic plan, it costs $65 a month, which is actually not that different compared to MailerLite or Moosend. It's still very cheap for email marketing platform. However, on this plan, you basically only get one sales funnel that you can create, and you don't get any automations or workflows that you can create. So this, I would say, for most of the people, the basic plan is not going to be enough. So I would say really what you need to look into is the plus plan, and the plus plan is $95 a month for 10,000 subscribers, which is cheaper than ConvertKit and MailChimp. I would say it's actually a pretty good price. And the only thing here you have to keep in mind is you will have pretty much all of the necessary features, but you will only have 5 workflows and 5 sales funnels. So basically you just need to decide, is this going to be enough for me? Do I need more workflows or not? For a lot of people that might be enough, but if you know you will need 10 different workflows, then you know that you will need to go with a different plan. You also have to keep in mind that if you're going to use these features, they also have webinars and webinar funnels. So again, you have some of these features that other platforms don't even provide for the same money. And if you will want to have everything unlimited, then you will need to go with a professional plan, and that is $165 for 10,000 subscribers. So the price jumps quite a bit, but then you have no limitations whatsoever. And for that price, honestly, for everything that you are getting, I would say that is still really good value. And with GetResponse, they do have some discounts as well. So if you do get an annual plan, you will get 18% discount, and if you are getting 24-month plan, you will get 30% discount. So that reduces the price quite a bit. So really, GetResponse is sort of a mix between email marketing platform and a landing page builder. So some of the features that it provides, you would pay additional $100 per month for a landing page builder. So if landing pages and sales funnels are something that you are going to take very serious within your business, then I would say GetResponse is probably the best option for you. And last but not least, we have ActiveCampaign. And ActiveCampaign, as you can tell, is the most expensive out of all of these different platforms. So you have 3 different options here: $155 for the light option, the Plus for $250, and the Professional for $350. So actually, for the most things that you will want to do, you will be able to do them with the Lite plan. So you have all of the different automations, and you have site and event tracking. This is something that I said that is very important and only available with ActiveCampaign. So you do have all of these different functions with just the Lite plan. So you might actually be able to use this just with the Lite plan. You will really want to upgrade to the Plus plan only if you need landing pages and you want to have some more of the advanced features, and I would say also CRM sales automation. So if this is something that you know you will need, then do keep in mind you will need to go with the Plus plan. And also something to keep in mind, you can obviously go through all of these and see for yourself, but something that's very important is what I talked about split automations. You only have split automations in the Plus plan. So if that is maybe the only reason why you're choosing this platform, then keep in mind you will need to go with the Professional plan. And they do have an annual plan as well. So if you want to do that, you are going to get a pretty good discount. And on annual plan, as you can see, this is actually, the Lite plan isn't even that bad. It's $125 for 10,000 contacts. So I would say if you want to have some more options of different automation, some of the things that I already mentioned, and you can see all of the different recipes they have. And most importantly, I would say if you want CRM, or if you want your website being tracked so you can target people with specific emails when they visit specific page on your website, then ActiveCampaign might be worth it. And it is quite a bit more money compared to other email marketing platforms, but it has those couple of different features that none of the other email marketing platforms have. So I hope you found this video useful and it's going to help you make a decision which platform to use. As I said, I have special discounts and bonuses for all of these platforms, so check out all of the links down below in the description. Also, it took me a good while to make this video, so if you found it useful, make sure to press thumbs up on the video, share it with your friends that might find it useful, subscribe to my YouTube channel, put on those notifications. Stay awesome, and I'll see you soon.